I got home early from a business trip and walked into an empty house. My wife's stuff was gone. A few minutes later, I got a text. I'm moving in with someone more successful. I didn't reply, just dialed up my lawyer. 3 days later, the silence on her end broke. She realized she'd left with nothing, and my phone started blowing up with missed calls and frantic texts. Even now, I can't believe I'm sitting here typing this. For days ago, everything was normal. Now I'm sitting in what used to be our bedroom, half empty, staring at the bare space in the closet where her clothes used to hang, trying to make sense of it all. It all started when I came back early from a business trip to Portland. During the flight home, I was actually excited. I'd managed to finish up everything a day early and thought it'd be a nice surprise for Anna. We'd been married 5 years, together for 7. Both 30 when we tied the knot. I'm 32 now. She just turned 33. First weird thing I noticed? Her car wasn't in the driveway. Not a big deal by itself. She'd been hitting the gym a lot lately. But the second I opened the front door, something felt off. You know that gut feeling when you walk into your place and can just tell something's not right? I called out her name. Nothing. Just this heavy silence that seemed to wrap around everything. Then I walked into our bedroom and froze. Her side of the closet? Completely empty. Not like when she's trying on outfits and leaves a mess. This was intentional. Neat. Cleaned out. Her jewelry box was gone. Her expensive skincare stuff? Not a trace of it left on the bathroom counter. Even that dumb essential oil diffuser she was obsessed with, gone. The one that always made our room smell like Whole Foods. My hands were shaking when I grabbed my phone to call her. Straight to voicemail. And then, the message came through. I can't do this anymore. I'm moving in with someone more successful. Someone who matches my ambitions. My lawyer will contact you about the divorce. I just sat there on the bed, guess it's mine now, feeling numb. I must have stayed there for hours, thinking back over the last few months. The signs were all there. I just didn't want to believe them. She'd been making these little jabs about my lack of ambition. Kept comparing our lives to her coworker Travis's Instagram. His Dubai trips, the Tesla, the beach house. I tried to remind her we were doing fine, building a future together at our own pace. But she'd give me this look, like I wasn't enough. Then came the gym membership at that fancy spot downtown. The sudden obsession with luxury lifestyle YouTubers. And coming home late from networking events, smelling like cologne I didn't own. Looking back, I feel stupid for not putting the pieces together sooner. But I didn't lose it. Didn't wreck the place. Didn't drunk dial her family. I did 3 things. Called my buddy Eli. He's a divorce lawyer. Took photos and videos of everything. Sent her one text. Noted. My lawyer will be in touch. Then I poured myself a glass of whiskey. 2 fingers, nothing fancy. Opened up my laptop and started making a list. Bank accounts, credit cards, passwords, our lease, the joint phone plan. Everything we'd need to untangle. Her mom called around 9 p.m. I let it go to voicemail. Her sister Sophie texted, asking what happened. I didn't respond. Around midnight, the texts from Lena started coming in. Apparently, my calm reaction wasn't what she expected. Ryan, please talk to me. You're being cold. I deserve better than this silent treatment. Travis says you're being manipulative by not responding. I turned off my notifications and kept working. By 4 a.m., I had a full picture of our finances and a clear plan for the next day. The lease is in my name. So are the utilities. But she left her name on all the joint accounts. Rookie mistake. It's strange. I always thought if something like this ever happened, I'd fall apart. Instead, all I feel is this weird, sharp focus. It's like when you're watching a movie and the big plot twist finally clicks, and you realize the signs were there the whole time. Tomorrow, I meet with Eli to start the paperwork. I've already packed up the few pictures of us that were left. Changed the Netflix password. Ordered a new smart lock for the front door. Funniest part? She left behind all her important documents. Passport, birth certificate, social security card, everything. They're sitting in our fireproof safe. Guess she forgot about that in her rush to chase this new, successful life. That's going to be a headache for her later. I keep waiting for the sadness to hit, for the tears, the urge to beg her to come back. But it hasn't happened. I just feel ready. Ready to move forward. Ready to handle whatever comes next. I'll post again when there's more to share. Right now, I just need to stay focused and take care of business. Thanks for listening, Reddit. Honestly, it feels good just to say it all out loud. Update. She's blowing up my phone now, asking about her documents. Lawyer says, Don't respond to anything. Next update will come once things develop. Update 2. First off, thank you all for the support on my last post. This past week has felt like I'm living someone else's life. A lot has happened. I said I'd update when there were real developments, so here we go. Remember how I mentioned Lena left all her documents behind? Turns out that was just the beginning. Day after the last post, I met up with Eli at his office. While we were digging through everything, Lena's sister Sophie called. I was gonna ignore it, but Eli told me to put it on speaker. Good call. Ryan, I'm so sorry, she said, voice trembling. I should have warned you. I saw the signs. She did the same thing to her last boyfriend. That got my attention. Lena had always told me her ex was emotionally distant. That's why they broke up. But Sophie said the truth was different. He was just a regular guy working hard. Lena dumped him when she met someone with a flashier title. That new guy? Lasted 3 months. Turned out he was all debt and leased cars. While Sophie was talking, messages from Lena started popping up on my screen. I need my birth certificate for a job. Where's my passport? Stop being petty and just answer me. Travis says you legally have to give me my documents. I showed the texts to Eli. He smiled and shook his head. Legally, I do have to provide her access to those things, but only through proper channels. Since she left without notice, we can require everything go through the lawyers. Next surprise? Her mom called. This time, I picked up. She spent 20 minutes apologizing. Apparently, this behavior? It's been a pattern since high school. Lena would always trade up, friends, relationships, you name it, based on money or social status. Her mom had hoped she'd grown past it when she met me. Thought I grounded her. But now? She's living in Travis's apartment downtown. Her mom just sounded tired. You know that apartment Travis is always flexing on Instagram? Yeah, the one with the downtown skyline views? It's a rental. His parents had to co-sign because his credit's trash. I spent the next few days locking things down. Changed all the passwords and security questions. Legally froze our joint credit cards. Left her access to her half, but she couldn't touch mine anymore. Shifted all the utilities over to just my name. Switched out the locks. Updated the door codes. Started documenting everything like Eli told me for court. Then came the storm on social media. Lena started posting these perfect little snapshots from Travis's apartment. Hashtags like #blessed and #living my best life. But reality was starting to peek through the cracks. She couldn't get into her old email accounts, forgot the password. Still couldn't get a hold of her documents, which she needed for this new job she was apparently starting. And Travis's place? Sophie told me most of it's staged. Rental furniture, smoke, and mirrors. Then yesterday happened. Remember that luxury gym she'd been bragging about? Well, turns out it was billed to our joint card, which is now frozen. So instead of workout selfies, her Instagram stories turned into long, bitter rants about toxic people using money to control others. If it wasn't so sad, I'd probably laugh. Then I got a text from a number I didn't recognize. It was Travis. Man, you need to be reasonable, he wrote. Just give her the documents. Stop being difficult. This is beneath you. Didn't even respond. Just forwarded the whole thing to Eli. He's building a solid file for court. Apparently, Lena walking out without notice and straight up admitting in writing that she moved in with someone else makes things pretty cut and dry. This morning, I came back from a jog and found Lena sitting on the front steps. She'd clearly been crying. Mascara streaked down her face. I walked right past her, went inside, and called Eli. He told me to text her the following. All communication must go through legal representatives. Contact information has been provided. She stayed out there for a couple hours, switching back and forth between sobbing and rage texting. I left the security camera running and went about my day. Eventually, her phone died, and she finally left. I'm not gonna lie, part of me felt a little satisfied seeing her grand escape plan unravel. But more than anything, I just felt exhausted. Exhausted by the drama, the games, and the sinking feeling that maybe, the whole time we were together, she was just settling, waiting for someone better to come along. Tonight, I ordered some takeout, cracked open a beer, and started boxing up the rest of her stuff. Just getting it ready for when her lawyer finally makes contact. Found one of her old journals from when we first started dating. Didn't read it. Just put it in the box. Whoever wrote in that journal, I don't think she exists anymore. If she ever did. Edit. To everyone asking, no, I haven't touched her documents. They're still exactly where they've always been, safe in the fireproof safe. This is all being handled properly, through lawyers. Update. Her lawyer finally reached out. We've got a meeting set for next week. I'll post again after that if there's anything worth sharing. Update 2. It's been 3 months since that last post. And man, what a ride. I held off on updating because I wanted to give it time. Make sure what I'm sharing now isn't just an emotional reaction. Also, to be honest, I've been busy living my life. So, let's back up. We had the meeting with the lawyers. It was surreal sitting across from Lena in a conference room, watching her try to hold onto that whole leveled-up vibe. While wearing the same dress, I'd already seen her post on Instagram 3 times that week. Most of the meeting was pretty straightforward until she demanded her documents right then and there. Her lawyer actually cringed a little when she cut him off and said, "I have a right to my things. He's holding them hostage." Eli didn't even flinch, just calmly slid a folder across the table. Inside, printed screenshots of her own social posts. Stuff like moving up in life and leaving the past behind. She'd made her choice. In public. In writing. That gave us what we needed. We scheduled a supervised handoff of her stuff for the following week. But here's where things really took a turn. Remember that work trip to Portland I mentioned in the original post? The one I cut short because of all this? Turns out, it was the best move I could have made. While the rest of the team was still flying home, a crisis popped up. And since I was already back, I stepped in and handled it. The higher-ups noticed. Can't share too much, but let's just say that staying calm during a personal hurricane made a big impression. Last week, I got promoted. Nothing wild. I'm not buying a Tesla or putting a down payment on a beach house. But it's a solid step forward. Better pay. Better hours. Actual work-life balance. Also, I joined a gym to clear my head. Turns out I like it. Dropped 14 pounds. Finally learned how to deadlift without throwing out my back. My trainer, Calvin, has actually become a good buddy. He's the one who introduced me to Maya. Yeah, that kind of introduction. I wasn't looking for anything. But life's funny like that. Maya's a pediatric nurse. Loves horror movies. And makes absolutely terrible puns, which I kind of love. We're keeping it slow, but it feels good to be with someone who gets excited about real stuff. Little wins. Actual moments. Not follower counts. Meanwhile, Lena's new dream life? It's unraveling. Sophie checks in now and then. Told me what's going on. Travis's big shot career hit a bump, company layoffs. His luxury apartment? 3 months behind on rent. That fancy Tesla? Repossessed last week. Those sleek restaurant photos? All charged to maxed out credit cards. Lena's been trying to get a new job. But without her documents, it's tough. Yes, everything's being processed through the legal system, but that takes time. Every job application asks for proof of ID and legal right to work. She keeps running into roadblocks. Her social media's changed too. The pose brunch pics? Gone. Now she's posting stuff like homemade coffee vibes and long captions about learning who your real friends are. Then last Tuesday happened. Maya and I were grabbing lunch at this little sandwich shop downtown. Lena walked in with a friend. She saw us. Froze. Spent the next 15 minutes pretending to read the menu, while very clearly trying to eavesdrop. I just kept eating my sandwich and telling Maya about this weird dream I had. Something about my cat learning to talk. I don't even have a cat. But it felt good. Just easy, comfortable conversation. Lena ended up leaving without ordering. But not before I caught her staring at Maya's laugh like it didn't make sense to her. Like she couldn't process how real happiness could be that simple. That night, the text started. I can't believe you moved on so fast. Who is she? We need to talk about us. I made a mistake. I didn't reply. Just forwarded them to Eli. And went back to watching the movie with Maya. This morning, Lena showed up at my job. She looked rough, red eyes, mascara smudged everywhere, clinging to a Starbucks cup like it was holding her together. Security didn't let her upstairs, but she sat in the lobby for 3 hours anyway. I slipped out the back and went to lunch. Her mom called me later. Said Lena's thinking about moving back home. Told me the city life isn't what she thought it'd be. Said Travis is not who she believed he was. I just told her, I hope Lena finds what she's looking for, and hung up. Truth is, I don't feel angry anymore. Not even bitter. I'm just living. Going to work, hitting the gym, spending quiet evenings with Maya, trying out new recipes, picking up old hobbies again. My life isn't Instagram perfect, but it's real. And honestly, that feels better than perfect. Update, just got confirmation. The document exchange is scheduled for next week. Might not post again unless something major happens. Feels like it's time to move forward. Final update. I wasn't planning on writing again, but what happened during the exchange yesterday? Yeah, how to get this out. Buckle up. This one's a ride. The meeting was set for 3 p.m. at Eli's office. I showed up early, brought a neatly packed box with Lena's stuff and all her documents. Maya offered to come with me for support, but I told her to skip the drama. We'd meet for dinner after. At 3:20, Lena walked in without her lawyer. Travis was right behind her, trying to act important in a wrinkled suit that still had the rental tag flapping under the collar. Eli immediately called Lena's attorney, who said he had no idea any meeting was happening today. That was the first red flag. Lena stormed up to the table, snapping, "Just give me my stuff." Eli calmly blocked the box and explained she needed her lawyer present. That's when she snapped. "You think you're so smart, don't you?" she yelled. "You play these little games while I'm out here trying to rebuild my life. Did you enjoy watching me fall apart? Was that your plan all along?" I kept my voice steady. "No plan. Just consequences." Travis puffed out his chest and stepped in. "You're just jealous," he said. She upgraded. "Some of us actually have ambition." I looked at him and said, "That why your Tesla got repossessed?" Probably shouldn't have said that. But I'm human. Lena turned bright red. "At least he has goals," she shouted. "All you ever cared about was your dumb little routine and your boring life." Travis shows me off. Takes me places. He's not afraid to post about how much he loves me. I looked her in the eye and asked, "And how's he paying for those posts now?" Travis lunged at me. Eli's assistant had already called security. They showed up just as Travis started ranting about how his temporary cash flow issue wasn't relevant. Security moved to escort them out. That's when Lena switched tactics. She started crying again, mascara running. "Ryan, please," she begged. "I made a mistake. I miss our life. I miss you. Travis's apartment is being foreclosed. I don't have anywhere to go." I looked her dead in the eye and said, "Should have thought about that before moving in with someone more successful." Yeah, I quoted her own breakup text. Word for word. She lost it. "You heartless bastard. I gave you the best years of my life. I could have had anyone, but I settled for you." I didn't raise my voice. "That's why I'm letting you go," I said. "So you don't have to settle anymore." Security finally got them out. Through the glass, I could see them arguing in the parking lot. Travis was flailing his arms, looking like a mess in that wrinkled suit. Lena kept bouncing between yelling at him and trying to get back inside. Later that night, the texts started flooding in. "You've changed. You're not the man I married. That nurse ruined you. My mom says you're being cruel. Travis says this is financial abuse. I'm going to tell everyone what you did to me." I forwarded every single message to Eli. Didn't respond to a word. Then I shut off my phone and went to dinner with Maya. She could tell something was off, but she didn't pry. She just held my hand and started telling me this ridiculous story about something her cat did that morning. Around midnight, Sophie called. Turns out Lena and Travis had a blowout outside his apartment. His credit cards got declined at some high-end restaurant, and Lena had to call her parents to get a ride home. That luxury apartment? Creditors are clearing it out. All that designer furniture? Leased. Now it's being hauled away. Lena's moving back in with her parents. Oh, and Travis? Turns out he's still married. His ex-wife contacted Lena after seeing them all over social media. Lena had no idea he wasn't legally divorced. This morning, I woke up to 52 missed calls and a stream of text long enough to fill a book. She went full social media meltdown. Posted screenshots of old texts, wedding photos, and long rants about toxic positivity and emotional manipulation. Her mom eventually took her phone. Eli called about an hour ago. The divorce papers are ready. Because Lena left, admitted everything publicly, and kept blowing up social media, it's all pretty open and shut now. I'll probably keep the apartment and most of our joint assets. Her documents are being transferred through the legal process next week. You know what's crazy? 3 months ago, all of this would have crushed me. Now, I just feel relieved. Last night, while we were lying in bed, Maya asked me if I had any regrets. Just one, I told her. I regret not valuing myself enough to see the red flags sooner. She kissed my forehead and said, "Well, at least you're seeing in color now. And that's it, isn't it? I'm finally seeing everything clearly. Life's not about status or filtered photos or chasing someone else's version of success. It's about being real with yourself and with the people who matter." Maya and I are talking about moving in together once the divorce is finalized. Nothing fancy, just something we can call ours. She wants a cat. I'm thinking we get two. Let them keep each other company when we're not home. Thanks for sticking around and listening to my story. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss more true life stories just like this one.